The Toyokawa Inari Temple, officially known as Enpukuzan Toyokawa Kaku Miyogonji, is located in the Aichi Prefecture of Japan. It's unique in that it represents one of the few syncretized sites where both a Soto Zen Buddhist temple and a Shinto shrine coexist. Founded in 1441 by the priest Tokai Gieki, a sixth-generation disciple of Kangan Gin, who was a disciple of Dogen, the founder of the Japanese Soto school. According to temple records, Tokai Gieki enshrined the Buddhist statue of Dakina Ten, also known as Dakina Shinten, a deity depicted riding a white fox and carrying sheaves of rice. Over time, this figure became closely identified with Inari Okami, the Shinto god of fertility, rice, agriculture, prosperity, and worldly success. This similarity thus linked the temple to Japan's widespread Shinto faith. Legend has it that as Kangan Gin was about to leave China in 1267, he experienced a vision of a goddess riding on a white fox, bearing a jewel in the left hand and a shoulder pole laden with sheaves of rice on the right shoulder. The goddess identified herself as Dakinetan and vowed to become Gin's protector. Upon his return to Japan, Gin made a statue of Dakinetan based on this vision, which eventually ended up years later in Gieki's possession. Gieki enshrined the statue at the temple he established, designating Dakinetan as the guardian of the temple and as a patron against calamity and support for prosperity. During the Sengoku period, the temple earned the patronage of powerful warlords such as Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu. These three great unifiers of Japan were all born in the Aichi Prefecture and often recited prayers at the temple for victory in battle. By the Edo period, the site was firmly established as a major pilgrimage destination for merchants and farmers seeking prosperity, good harvests, and protection from misfortune. The Meiji Restoration's separation of Shinto and Buddhism forced many religious sites to choose one identity over the other. Toyokawa Inari, however, maintained both traditions under its Buddhist classification that continues to this day. Most of the temple was rebuilt in the Meiji period or later. However, the Sanmon Gate was built in 1536 and is the oldest existent building in the complex. The main hall was reconstructed in the Edo period, as were many of the other structures. The temple is known for its collection of over 1,000 stone fox statues, known as kitsune, messengers of the Shinto gods. They are often seen to have a scroll, jewel, key, or rice sheath in their mouths. These statues usually have bright red bibs, representing an offering for a wish or prayer. They can be found by following a streamer-lined path that leads to an amphitheater covered by foxes of all sizes and expressions. They are typically donated by worshippers whose prayers for prosperity, business success, or protection have been answered. The tall, narrow white streamers with red kanji symbols visible in the photos are called nobori, a traditional type of Japanese banner. These banners are commonly seen at temples and shrines, especially at Inari-related sites like Toyokawa Inari. The nobori banners are offerings given by worshippers. They are typically dedicated as an expression of gratitude for answered prayers, for good health, business prosperity, or protection from accidents. The red and white colors are highly significant in Japanese culture, symbolizing celebration, harmony, and good fortune. White specifically represents purity. The red kanji characters on the banners usually contain prayers, blessings, and wish fulfillment. They may also contain the name of the deity being worshipped, or the name of the family member or business that made the donation. The presence of koi fish at temples and shrines in Japan is deeply rooted in the cultural symbolism. The legend of the koi fish finds its roots in ancient Chinese mythology, where it is said that a group of courageous koi fish swam upstream against the powerful currents of the Yellow River, eventually reaching a waterfall known as the Dragon Gate. Despite this daunting obstacle, those koi that persisted and were finally able to ascend the falls and pass through the Dragon Gate were transformed into powerful dragons, a symbol of strength and perseverance. The presence of a koi pond, with the graceful movements and vibrant colors of the fish, contributes to the peaceful, meditative ambiance of the temple grounds. It offers visitors a place for reflection and a connection with nature. Koi fish are also widely associated with good luck and prosperity in Japanese culture. Their long lifespan, some living for decades, also makes them a symbol of longevity and health. So the next time that you are going from Tokyo to Kyoto, take the bullet train that stops at Toyohashi Station and visit the Toyokawa Inari Temple, if only for an hour or two, and reflect on its rich history.
This is the Toyokawa Inari in Toyokawa, Japan. This area is the Kitsune Zuku, which means the area of many little statues of the fox. Kitsune is fox. Now Fushimi Inari has its own 10,000 gates. And this is actually one of the three most famous shrines in Japan, especially on New Year's Day when everyone comes to the shrine for the start of the year. And as you can see, there are hundreds, maybe thousands of little foxes. Now, some of them have what looks like a ball or a rolled up sheath of rice stalks, like the ones at Fushimi Inari. And it looks like we have other visitors here today.
スマホで払える時代。びっくりするだろう。スマホで払える時代。今はそういう時代やね。スマホで。来い。来い。来い来い。わあすごい大きいね結構。ちょっと怖い気がするが。わーお。錦鯉。これ錦鯉だよね。錦鯉。高いやつだ。高いやつだよね。この子なんかすごいだ。みなりさんを儲けてるから。そりゃそうだよ。何も死んでもみんなが金置いてくるな。そうよね。なんて楽なの。餌をくれると思ってね。ここ餌売ってるから。そこに？あそこ。餌売ってるよ。鯉の餌。だから人が来るともらえると思ってくる。